Hey everybody, welcome to Scott's Racing Channel. I am Scott and I'm going to be talking about the E60 M5 quite a bit. First thing we're going to be doing is talking about what we like to call service position for the M5. Service position is pretty much everything you have to do with this car that involves the engine. You got to pull out the plenums, so we'll get started. The tools you'll need for this job will be things like metric nut drivers. You'll want torque screwdrivers. You also would like to have several different types of extensions for your screwdriver so that you can reach under the plenum. The first step is going to be taking off the air boxes, the air filters. The next step is going to be removing the microfilters as well as the housings that hold up the microfilters. This allows you to get access to the plenums, the screws that hold the clamps on, and things like that. The other thing you have to be aware of is that in the plenums you have 8 total connections, 4 on each side. The other thing I like to do is I move the expansion tank out of my way. I take out the air box first, then I take the expansion tank's 2 10mm nuts loose, pick it up and just move it off to one side. Then I start working on the hoses that are connected to each of the plenums. Make sure you get them front, back, and center. And then once you've done that, you can start unscrewing the hose clamps that hold the plenums onto the throttle bodies. You want to give it at least 5 or 6 turns of the screwdriver to get them loose, and then what you'll want to do is start prying up on it. I tend to use a large screwdriver once I'm sure all of the connections are free, and I start gently kind of rocking it, make sure everything's loose, double check to make sure I've disconnected all of the connections that go into the plenums, and then I will start prying up on the plenums themselves. The other thing you got to be aware of is that there is a rubber connector in the front of the plenums that keeps them pushed together, so you'll need to pop all of that loose. Once you've done that, you'll have access to the rest of the engine and you can start your work.